And the best you could wish for him and Sunday Igbo and the likes is either they should be killed or they should be locked up. You know that inside of you. But now that they are shouting, Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is bad, let's take Nigeria back, let's take back Nigeria, all of you are beginning to act like you are actually not the product or enablers of this same past. Announcement, one single announcement. Nnamdi Kanu is free to go. All of you lost your pretense, your hypocrisy. You couldn't hide them anymore. Shebi na una they talk say, if Nigeria is working, people will not be demanding for Biafra the same way they are demanding. Shebi na una they talk inside all of your different platforms. Consumption to production. So how do you intend to get those who have lost complete interest in anything Nigeria? How do you intend to get them back on? That you will now call IPOB a distraction. All this wily APC, Egbekegbe, people destroying people. They have been supporting the killings, the kidnapping, the jailing, and the brutalities against the Igbos, simply because they are identified as IPOB. Hello? We are fighting for justice. What kind of justice is that, if I may ask you? When you probably didn't have any intention to have a country that you can actually say, yeah, we all agreed to continue to be together under this agreement. If any of that is violated, then we can go our separate ways in this 21st century. Baba, that is where some people said that so many of us are complete failure to those before us. They said, if those of you who are in this generation today, if you happen to be those who were alive during the colonization, you probably would have sacrificed those who could have fight for that same independence for you. You would have easily sacrificed them, help your colonizers to lynch your own brothers and sisters that are asking or calling for freedom. And I think I kind of believe that to some extent, especially because I am from Nigeria too, Abi. This generation of pretenders, hypocrites, those who scream at the top of their voices of injustice. Well, it is only when it happens to them. When it happens to others, especially those they don't like, well, that's not an injustice. It is the law. Remember this every night, that every night Nnamdi Kanu is locked up in that place, is locked up illegally. And if you think your mirage or your charade election, as you probably thought you figured it out, deserves that Nnamdi Kanu should die or continue to be locked up illegally, then can you please take off your mask? We will see you clearly. At least we know what the Buhari Dins, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unnekaharis, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the humbled slaves, the Facebook artsmen, social media bandits, the cyberbarians, and the rest of all the, the clan of Bokwari gang. We know what they look like. So if we turn to the left and we begin to look at the articulated morons, articulated mugus, articulated scammers, people destroying people, people deceiving people. We know what they look like. They are called mechanites, mechano boys. We know what they look like. When they talk, we do know. Can you and the rest of you who have started their catching cold, catching fever, begin to shake even though you are pretending to be strong. You bunch of cowards, hiding behind the mask of obedience. Can you please take off that mask and let's see what you really look like? Because I have been trying to place it. I have been unable to place it anywhere. Why would you be so mad? Eh? I'm not saying all of you, because I've seen obedient who have been like really, really happy. Like, you know, like some of you who had Nnamdi Kanu's picture for over a year until Obi show face. And somehow, you kind of still feel like, I mean, enemy of my enemy can be my friend, you know. For those who call that a distraction. All of you who put on Igbo's picture, profile picture, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's photo as your profile picture, Obi show face, you started changing them, and the rest of that. That's positive, right? So, we know those who knows that through Obi, they can take back their own pound of flesh from a system that is put in place to deal shege to all of us, no matter where you come from, Christian or Muslim, Yoruba or Igbo, Hausa or Fulani, Ijo or Isoko, wherever you come from, all of us will still see shege. Nigeria foundation is built on shege. But when I started seeing reactions of others, Buhari is working for Buhari, he is going to come and say there is no, sorry, Jarel Neka. I know Neka, sometimes I just feel like, the Nekas who are like Nekas, or Ngozis, or, kind of, why my name, Mayegun? Why not another name? See, if I choose another name, that person too will say, Mayegun, why my name? Choose another one. So it's just going to be endless. But you and I will agree with me, okay? In APC, Egbekegbe, you have Yoruba, you have Hausa, you have Igbo, you have Fulani, you have everyone from every tribe in Nigeria. They are part of APC, Egbekegbe. They just get different demography and, different population. You know that. If you go to people destroying people, you will see everyone from every part of Nigeria. They are part of them. Your grandma, even if you still say, now from your own generation, that thing will stop. Go and check your grandma for village. Or check that your auntie. You know that auntie, mama? Then they part of the whole thing. They are all part of the enabler. But I was shocked that, your mask, you can you hide this? And you're obedient. We are obedient. We are obedient. And you are wishing that Nnamdi Kanu should rot in jail. And at the same time, you are fighting for a better Nigeria. Who are you deceiving? Don't believe, and people who actually believe in you. Humanity should always come first. And if you're Obi and the obedient movement, if it has become something that everybody acknowledges as a distraction for those who were once like they have nothing else with Nigeria, they want to leave. And this your movement managed to make some of them to change their profile picture from Yoruba Nation to Obi. Change their profile pictures from Nnamdi Kanu to Obi. And they are now reading all of you that should at least say, finally, he's out. If we could get others to believe in, maybe himself go believe, say, it doesn't really matter anyway. I'm just saying. But you couldn't even wait for 24 hours. And I know that today, many of you are satisfied that Malami says they are not releasing him. But tomorrow morning, you are going to be preaching one Nigeria with love and that, listening country and the rest of. I was expecting Peter Obi as well to say something and say, the court says you should free him. You said you are going to hold him and you are going to go back to the charges that you have on him back then. So if you have to refile that charges, first obey these courts. You can't appeal courts, Nabi. Should they appeal courts? So all of you who are hiding under that mask, obedient and the rest, okay? I just want you to know that sometimes you can't keep that hypocrisy for long. And many of you are repeating the same fear that the boys, PDP boys, who have become jobless since 2015. On social media, they call it a gig. I'll go get article gig. I don't know how many times some of you have said that you are working for PDP or you are working for APC. I'm glad that recently now that Obedient are also in the picture, they are now saying, we know that you are supporting and working for Obi and the rest of that. It is what your Nigeria is all about. Whatever work, whatever just make you feel better, just say it to yourself. Then at the same time, when you go out there and start talking about this your new Nigeria, remember that some of you are comfortable that an innocent man is being locked up without any evidence, even as much as many of you who are also victims of that system, many of you knows that they have no evidence, but yet you have already convicted him. Let's say the truth, Jare. He's the one who said that they should kill all the police in Eastern Nigeria. Said, how come no policeman was killed? How come no single person filed a complaint against the IPOB, right? Until 2021, when IPOB launched their own Eastern Security Network, which really got the criminals in Eastern Nigeria, your political criminals there, to quickly beckon on Boko Haram that you can go ahead now. Whatever you can do, we need to kill this guy before he turned this whole thing against us. How come no police station was at? How come no single person said he was harassed or she was harassed by IPOB in Nigeria until 2021, when they were plotting to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu? And how come that Eastern Nigeria that never had anything to do with gunmen or known this or unknown that, suddenly they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, and everywhere unknown gunmen? How come? Have you done the math yourself? Have you? Mayegun is guilty, Jare. Let us tell ourselves the truth. I've listened to his audio. Listen, have you ever listened to Nigel Farage before in your life? Or have you actually listened to American podcasts where Americans who don't support America as America is today, and they're like, have you ever listened to some of them before? And you sit down and be like, are you talking about this same America I am doing vigil for in Nigeria? Yes, they are talking about the same America, and same thing all over the world. It is called free speech. If any crime is committed, the best you will do is that you bring in the evidence and say, we found this with evidence and back it up. Now, waiting Boko Haram couldn't prove that since 2015. There has been like killing and hunting innocent people in Eastern Nigeria. How come that as you are now today, the reason why you are so angry and you want APC to pay, is because you witnessed NSAS. You saw how they use their soldiers to kill innocent people. Meanwhile, at Lekki Toll Gate, all over Nigeria, for that 20 days of that massacre, all over Nigeria, the total number of people reportedly killed were like over 400 people. That's for 20 days. Now, that is just 1/3 of the number of people killed by Buratai the Butcher in just one single day in Zaria, in Kaduna. Do you know that? That 400 that they killed in 20 days of NSAS, we can never be compared. I'm not comparing, by the way. I'm just saying that know why you are angry, and then know why others are also angry. And then you can know that your anger is not better than their anger. Okay? Or your own reason for why you think you want to do election, or whatever you have permutated, whatever they have programmed you to believe is the best. And if others says it's not. Boko Haram's government have been on an endless, like a killing spree. As the terrorists are killing the people, their soldiers are murdering the people everywhere, genocide sponsored by their own military. Indictment here and there. All these people can come and say they have had enough. They don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. That anger is legitimate. Do you know that? Or you don't? Your own disappointment legit pass, Abi. Now only you the victim of waiting Nigeria Abi, or your own victim or whatever your experience is more legit. You all ogbonju now, ogbon so diki. Ogbon. They hide behind that. And guess what? I've told you many times here. I said, I appreciate the fact that we are no longer limited to the madness and the scam of APC, PDP, and the abracadabra associated with them. Now we have the obedient to be their karma, their nightmare. But at the end of the day, the overall prayer for many of us is that when the whole thing, when everything, yeah, clash of the titans and all of that, Hami here, Hami there, Hami, I mean, as Oshukwa sang it, Adalot Nuomodo, lo, see, like a cutlass for left, what is it they call a pest for right. Everyone don't ready, say, Omo, you don't ready, you. Sure, you get me now. The final result is going to be, you know what? Everybody they go in separate ways. May they go our separate ways. So we hope that the same way many of you distracted those who are fed up with Nigeria before the OB movement came on. Maybe many of you can continue to use that same technique to know that the demand of the Biafrans is so legitimate, and in a democracy, it is acceptable. And everything else is just waste of time. So Malami said they are going to keep him. Okay. Now you will now come back and tell me how that is going to bring peace. Now look at it this way. They said if they release Nnamdi Kanu, he can decide that the people of Eastern Nigeria should not vote or no election and all of that stuff. Nnamdi Kanu indeed said no election, but there was never a time that Nnamdi Kanu, on record, stopped any election in Eastern Nigeria. Nowhere, no record. According to the PDP boys, they said he first said no election. Then he said, okay, they can go and vote and all of that stuff. Here you get. And because of that, PDP lost. So they blamed him. So in 2019, when Nnamdi Kanu surfaced back in 2018, they said, Bokwari released him so that he can come and reduce the Atiku votes in Eastern Nigeria. But guess what? Atiku still won in Eastern Nigeria because Nnamdi Kanu didn't stop your election. So if anybody is pushing that agenda to make you start sounding like somebody will not be human being, my brothers and sisters, I feel be somebody will go give you that key or here now today. They all have their different agendas. That all of you are wearing OB masks today. Well, I won't say you pretend that you don't even know that you have criminals among you. Because some of you are actually forgiving the criminals. You are excusing their crimes away. Abi? Now Shebi, that one don't go. It's now on the side of the truth. Now your side be the truth, Abi. Don't worry. Time will tell. Are you with me? But many of those who are like going to spit to your mouth, former PDP handlers, former PDP vuvuzelas, who are now in your midst, they continue to push that. Ask them why are they worried for him? If they actually support freedom, as they are telling you that you will get your freedom when Obi become president, Abi. Ask them if Nnamdi Kanu doesn't deserve to enjoy that same freedom, at least after defeating Bokwari and APC in their own courts. So I just thought I should let you know. Me, I know if you see, make I no talk. Are you with me? I have told you before. Here you get. I said, when it comes to Nigeria, on my table, I have, I have placed you, what do you call, I've placed you in different faces or different faces, so to say, when it comes to Nigeria. We know that whoever is pushing for one Nigeria to continue is not doing so for the sake of the love, or as they profess. They are doing so for what they will get rewarded with when it is their own turn to be in charge. Sure, you get now. So we know that. And because it has always been two-horse race, as they call them, right? Whatever you do, you will end up in the APC, Egbekegbe, or people destroying people. So how come, if these two cannot, if we are waiting for these two to tear themselves apart, explode, so that we can share, you get, there's suddenly a movement emerged. A movement that emerged from the, from the crucifix. I'll be waiting to call that one, from the rumbles of those who, of those who are the victims of PDP APC. They said they won't challenge them. I said, well, that's karma. But you are still fighting for the same thing. When you chase PDP, you chase APC, you're going to keep one Nigeria for the same criminals that many of you won't even be able to say anything at that time. You won't, because you welcome them. You need it too. Everybody's desperate to say, yeah, we want to. You are not different in my book. So that I actually bash them, PDP, APC, every now and then, doesn't make me your friend, you. Because you see, what I've seen is that I have seen that a lot of you who are remnants of the same PDP, APC, and so many of you who actually have no idea what Nigeria politics is really all about until when you join the mob. That is why I'm saying that, listen, when the reality now sets in, when the reality comes upon all of you, okay, you are so determined. Anybody who won't stop us, we go fight them. PDP, APC are saying, well, they are just too smart. They are just noise makers. So when it's time for you to clash and prove it to yourselves, that simply means that we can be the spectators. All of us who told you it doesn't worth a penny, it doesn't worth a time of yours trying to say you won't save Nigeria. Who you be? Who you be? You don't ask yourself before, like, I'm on where I be safe. They are using you to keep a contraption that you actually have no say, no idea what makes you a citizen there. What is your citizenship? What are the qualities? What are the rights of a citizen of Nigeria? None of them is defined for you. But you want to save the place, Abi. So we say good luck to that. But at the same time, if we now want to see you as you be, at least they remove that mask that you are different, when you are indeed, many of you are not. An innocent man can die in prison because you want to become president, Otabi. Is that not the same thing APC, Egbekegbe wanted? Let's keep him in prison so that we can continue to be in power. Or let's chase Igbo out of Nigeria so that we can continue to be in power. So in my book, you are not different. So we'll continue to remind them. Prince Jejeman wants me to remind all of us that, yes, we are happy that Nnamdi Kanu has defeated Nigeria in their own courts. Whether they want to admit to it or they don't want to admit to it, the whole world knows that they have no case against him. And you cannot wish to do something to somebody if you don't have any legal ground for it. Malami, senior advocate of nuisance, the senior advocate of nonsense, says he is going to keep him until he is satisfied. The others are scared that he's coming out to come and destroy their chances of leading Nigeria. Wherever they come up with, Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. Are you with me? And in fact, if you ask me, I would love to see Oloye Sunday Igboho back into Nigeria before your 2023. Everything could just bafuka. Yeah, I said it. Because sometimes we just have to put a break to it. This deceit kind of have to stop. And something will have to trigger it. So we want Nnamdi Kanu released. Not because many of you want it. It's because even in your own courts, he is being held illegally, according to your own courts. And 3 justices who said that. We hope they will do the right thing. The other part I would like to actually share with you tonight is the part of the Werewike. But there is also a part that's not so significant, but we need to mention that. Miyetiala, who celebrated the abduction of Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately the news broke that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. And this video popped up from the courtroom. They have lost their shit since then. Let's go back to that courtroom when the news was like, let him go.
Sorry, sir.
The industry was overwhelming. Justice must be done, and not only be done, but must be seen. Honestly. What are you doing? You think this is not me? Yes, this is God. This is not me. This is not me. Amen. This is simply God. It's not me. No, we can't come against each other. Amen. Big woman, I am. Yes. This is not me. This is God. This is about me. Not me at all.
So when you get to the office, you endorse the fire?
My Sahara.
I actually love the part where they were singing outside the court. And you know that popular song, Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu,
He's another Savior, holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu. He's another Savior.
Come forward a little, sir. This is God.
Yes. Sing a song inside their court. It defeated them inside their court. And that's the news that they took straight to the streets. In Aba yesterday, Eyimba of Aba. one of their social media influencer who was trying to reassure some people that even if Buhari release Nnamdi Kanu, it doesn't have any influence anymore. You should read the room. Now, una be lizard, where they feel like say una be big alligator. And that is why, because it is Nigeria where your imagination runs wide. I mean, your imaginations runs wide, so to say. Nnamdi Kanu is irrelevant, Don't worry about him. Don't worry. Somebody say, which side are you? Most of them go one side, Emi at the side. I have told you, when you stop lying to yourselves, like your parents lie to themselves, and their own parents lie to themselves, when you stop lying to yourselves, possibly you will save your own children facing what you are facing right now. There is nothing you are facing right now that those before you didn't face. Your own shege, it go still be like lesser than waiting your own children go face. If you are facing serious shege now, you better continue. Nobody's going to motivate you. She be now one Nigeria. I'm not on your side, though. I'm not. I've told you. If we have to do it right, may everybody go and do your own affair. Yes. Go and let us go and do our own affairs in our own way. But should be that your deceitful one Nigeria that you have been selling, the easy liquidated the commodity that everybody wants to cash on before it finally become worthless, right? Cling on to it. So don't face me and start saying, Mayegun, which side are you? I don't even know which side this Mayegun is. Show Yawiri. I'm not the one who actually put you in that box. In a box that Nigeria puts you in. A box of your own warped, jaundiced imaginations. And then when the old thing finally come back to bond you, then you turn around and say, well, what should we do now? Okay, what else do you think we should do? Like you are just one 3-month-old Dundee. So they say if you do same thing again and again, you are going to end up with the same result. Now only madness with inside so many of you, one Nigerianists. Now the madness touch within your head. They tell you, say, you can continue to do the same thing again and again and get a different result. So in my own book, Mokuna, try everything where you want to try. Tear yourselves apart. Last, when everybody finally come back to their senses and realize that forcing us together is not in our own interest. And staying together must be discussed by every one of us. Not until when that happens. No, they think say because I the batch PDP, I the batch APC, I dey your side do rebu. I want make you become stronger. You don't understand? Now you get the first touch. May you touch them, may you chase them out of town. To some, they believe, say, well, maybe you could be lesser evil in a way, but to me, now all evil na evil. But whatever happened, it somehow makes sense when you see those who are like newly recruits feeling like the old thugs have to go. And I love to see that, and I want to stream that. I don't make me one of you. I've said that many times, so here you get. That the reason why I will never be one of you is because I would never feel comfortable to see innocent people, no matter what Nigeria say about them. I mean, we were here when they went to town. What thing they know right about Sowore? Is there something they didn't say about Sowore? So many things they said about Sowore because of revolution now. The moment they realize that people are grouping and coming together, what thing they know right about Sowore? What thing they know say? What thing you know say? Some of you wearies who are now obedient. After APC don't show you, after PDP no fit pull you, today you are repentant wearies, hibernating with the obedient. We know you. Stop disguising. Come out your mask. Waiting you know say, because say Sowore call for a revolution. What name did you not call him? All of you PDP losers, all of you who are still hurting from waiting Sahara reporters did to good luck Lantern. Those of you, everything. What did I not say about Showore? What is it that they didn't write about Showore? Because of the revolution now. How many of them did you believe? How many of them did you know that they were lies? How many of them do you still hold on to today? Waiting till the time that you can say them and say, is it not the same Showore they said? Even when you have nothing. And then you are now suddenly obedient. I'm not one of you. Well, I've said that many times anyway. So you don't need me. I'm useless. I'm not useful to you. So there's no point here in you feeling like, Mayegun, where are you? Because I will never feel comfortable seeing innocent people suffer in the hand of a system that's going to treat you the same way. It's the same text. I mean, so it's the same workbook. They painted Showore as a terrorist. And some of you, Olori Brukus, some of you Olori Brukus who were in the APC, then. But today you have repented. We have repented. I am now obedient. This Showore, I hate this Showore. This Showore always like attention. Olori Bruku Arayin, you are those from PDP, APC. Hurting, sad people. Sad, unfortunate people. But guess what? You can put on your mask inside obedience. We are obedient. We are the love of Nigeria. I want to tell street you. I don't take for this street. I know many of you. When you are disguising, I know your history. When you are newly recruited, a new recruit, I know how they shock you. But what we are saying is that whatever it is that you shout one Nigeria, we know it is not for anything Nigeria. It is what you are told to say or what your warped mind tells you. And in most cases, it's just the mind of lunatics in their large numbers. Do you get that now? You should never feel comfortable when you see innocent people being treated, even if you don't like them. You don't understand. You don't have to like people. You don't even have to know them. But your reaction? I mean, this is wrong. Okay, what did he do? Oh, he said something about a so person. Oh, he said that. Well, I mean, this is wrong. You can't treat somebody like that because they said something. He spoiled his name. He spoiled his image. Abolori bruku ni image wo lawon lori bruku ton lead yin di. Do you really think the ways that are leading you get any image? They have any image anywhere other than the image of the image you have painted of them? He insulted them. I mean, nobody will allow anybody to insult them like that. And you lori bruku. Now, because he insulted somebody, they need to kill him. They need to kill people around him. Yes, now. Yes, now. Honestly, even if it's me, I would do more than that. You know what he said? So you get that now. So we are telling you to take off your mask, okay? Just show who you are, and then we can treat you the same way. Because there's no responsible human being. There's no human being who has humanity in them that would say it is anyway the way people are being treated by this roguish criminal government. So whatever else you have in mind, I'm saying this to you now, okay? It might be your nightmare. I mean, just same way I love it when the obedient are the nightmare of the, what do you call it, of the establishment. I love it. I love it when APC, PD, when they come here to come and attack Mayegun and say, Mayegun, we know that you are supporting Obi. We know that is why you are promoting Obi. This and that. I love it. I love reading their comments, their cries and all of that. Like, okay. It pain you. Sorry, if it's so you as obedient, you are laughing, you are happy, and all of that. I can never then feel. I mean, feel like you are different from these same animals. When you actually publicly, not even secretly, publicly, some of you publicly coming out, pushing different agendas for an innocent person to be locked up. And he should die because you don't like him or because you think it's going to come out. Really? That's what we are saying, Now, waiting mess Nigeria up to this point is that your hypocrisy, your lies, your pretense, and your choice of your different criminal leaders, because not that all of you actually hate all these things we are talking about. Corruption, no. Oppression, no. And all of that. Not so many of you actually hate them. The only thing you don't like is because you are not the one doing it. If you are the one doing the oppression no bad. I stand with oppression. I stand with oppression. Oppression is my right. But the moment you are the one at the receiving end, then you join the rest of us and start screaming, oppression, oppression, oppression. If not, how dare you pick up your phone and write something on social media against the release of Nnamdi Kanu? Really? And then you want to justify that. I know what I'm saying. I know what these IPOB boys are doing in this. If they commit any crime, the right thing is what? You arrest them, you bring evidence, you try them under your law. No be so. Or you lock them up for years, torturing them, killing them, selling their their organs. All these are going on in Nigeria, and guess what? I should be worried that Nnamdi Kanu is going to stop your election. So Malami has done his part. Fine. I hope you are happy. So they won't release him. You want him to be locked up after your election, even though you are fighting for your rights, Abi? Fine. Oh yeah, Loma, enjoy peace and academic peace. You get that? Start enjoying your 24 hours electricity now. Yet yell they cry everywhere. Yet yalla they cry everywhere that Obi is Nnamdi Kanu is killing others. Really? So may everybody push and continue to push, but there is something you can't change. And remember that, okay? Is that whichever side you belong to, okay? Just remember this tonight. Every night or every hour that Nnamdi Kanu spend in that their dungeon, okay, is illegal, unjust, inhuman, even if you don't like him. And it is Nnamdi Kanu. It's going to be you or somebody close to you in a very, very near future. You know why? It is Nigeria. Boko Haram has been threatening the lives of the Igbos in Nigeria since 2015. Nnamdi Kanu has been paying that price before many of you turn to activism, NSAS activism, Nigeria this or that, and then analyst and all of that you've turned yourself into. So today, your analysis is now telling you that he's made a deal with Boko Haram to come and stop your election. Show a little bit of humanity in you and possibly a little bit of sense. Even if you want him jailed, please do it right. That's what they are saying. If you want to jail him for any crime, can you please do it right? Your court says what you are doing is illegal. So Malami says the court is illegal. And then you want to have a country that you can say, I am a proud Nigerian. You are a proud fool. I'll go make another tea. I won't take calls. If you are still here with me, when I get back, I'll take few calls, okay? And we can call it a night. The pressure continues. The rallies continues. And as they say, Malami can continue to tighten the rope in the neck of Nigeria. Not just Boko Haram's government. Now here we go there. We'll go witness Mazi that they want you to hate. I love him. And you know why I love him? Is one of the most sincere person that you could actually come across. You know why? Before Nigeria happened to Nnamdi Kanu, it was once, like many like you, or many like us as well. It was once screaming, shouting, please, please, stop this madness before people get to know the real goal, or else, Nigeria will break up. He said it 11 years ago, my guys.
Nigerian government is not doing enough against Boko Haram.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu, and the reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy, we are not pleased with what is happening, and that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families. people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government through the High Commissioner that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done. And the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cower people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are clearly mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria so we can bring it to an end. That is why a multitude of Nigerians are gathered here today. Those of us in the UK are determined to work with the government for peace. We are determined to work with the international community for peace. The one thing we cannot stomach is a repeat of 1966. What is happening today in Nigeria was the reason why Nigeria fought a bitter civil war for 3 years between 1967 and 1970. If this continues, there will be another civil war in Nigeria. And this time around, no place will be safe in Nigeria. This time around, nobody will be safe in Nigeria. So it is imperative that everybody who has the interest of the country at heart